All right, guys, so Rugiet Ready or Honey Pack. Now, I've actually used both, okay? A good amount of times, enough to really give you a fair comparison here, because obviously the obvious heavy hitter Mike Tyson winner here appearance wise is going to be Rugiet Ready, right? It's a more expensive product, it's a bigger company online, all this stuff, but don't sleep on Honey Pack. But it's just not exactly what it's marketed as, and I'll get there in a second. Also, by the end of this video, if you end up wanting to try Rugiet Ready yourself, there's a QR code on the screen. You can also use my link down below to get a phenomenal deal when you first sign up for it. But there's quite a few reasons why I think that Rugiet Ready is in a class of its own. But ironically, stay with me till the end of the video, because there is one thing when taking it you can mess up on and think that it's actually not as potent as it is. So it's a really, really important little tip I'll give you at the end there. But anyway, let's get into Honey Pack for a second. I've taken Honey Pack a few times, and to me, Honey Pack is definitely a potent, kind of supplement, if you will, but they sell it at gas stations and smoke shops for a reason, right? It honestly, to me, is like taking 2 days worth of a dose of like a tea booster. I do feel a little bit of like, and a little bit of maybe desire boost, like drive boost, but for performance and if you actually suffer from erectile dysfunction, it's not going to actually help you in any way, shape, or form. It's more for like a healthy dude, or a dude that wants a little extra like oomph when he is gonna have an intercourse or whatever. And honestly, I've even used it and had a pretty good workout at the gym, but not necessarily any boost or change in my performance sexually. So that being said, let me tell you why Rugiet Ready is in a league of its own. So first of all, it actually does kick in 15 minutes, which is quite a feat. I mean, these online subscription services for ED medications have been around for a while. A lot of them have claimed like 20 minutes, 15 minutes. This one really does live up to the name, but you're going to want to stick to the end for that tip to make sure it lives up to the name, because it really does kick in 15 minutes. But check this out. They've actually done something different. It's not just Sildenafil or Tadalafil, like a lot of these other companies. They offer Vardenafil, all these different medications. They actually combine Sildenafil, Tadalafil, and something called Apomorphine, which acts as an aphrodisiac. And the aphrodisiac just kind of increases your sex drive leading up to the time that you're going to engage. So it's an extra little umph. It's almost like having a Honey Pack and an ED pill, a tablet rather, right next to each other. But all that being said, guys, honestly, the Honey Pack, you want a good gym workout, or you're a healthy dude that you just want to have a little extra edge, sure, why not? You can spend the $8, or you can put that $8 towards an actual worthwhile subscription, which there are quite a few out there. But for the sake of this video, I'm honestly sticking to Rugiet Ready. So again, that QR code is right on the screen. You can also use the link down below to get phenomenal deal when you sign up with them. Any questions or comments that are specific based on my use of Rugiet Ready, I'll be happy to answer them in the comment section. Oh, almost forgot my tip. You have to let this bad boy, this Rugiet Ready, when you get it, it's going to come in big packaging. Even though it's a small package, it's going to come in packaging because it has freezer bags with it. You have to get it refrigerated as fast as you can. If you don't leave it under your tongue, like for example, my first time taking it, I actually didn't think it was that potent, because I ended up swallowing darn near the whole thing. It's a troche you put under your tongue sublingually, and you let it dissolve, but it almost makes your, when you have a Jolly Rancher in your mouth and you're just exploding with salivation, it salivates so much, it's gonna want to sink back and swim back to the back of your mouth and swallow it. You have to leave it under your tongue for maximum absorption. No matter what, it's gonna kick in fast, but you want the full milligrammage, if you will, the full dosage to kick into your system. If you don't, you might not your first time. It took me one mess up, which kind of pissed me off because it was a little bit of a wasted dose. But after that first mess up, you'll never do it again. And then you will have your full-blown dose in 15 minutes. It really is. It really does show up as advertised. It's no BS. All right, later, guys.